It's so important because in a democracy, the media is one of the essential pillars, but in Australia's media, the Australian population simply isn't reflected. But it's also a time where we're having a resurgence of right-wing politics, and often right-wing politics isn't good for minorities or people with a difference. So it's at a time in Australia where the media doesn't reflect the general population. Often right-wing politicians don't reflect the needs of all sectors of community that potentially aren't just big business. And so, if anything, a diverse, representative media is so important in this political era.
So how do we go about establishing it? Is it a grassroots, or can we get in somewhere else?
There are so many different ways to do it. At one level, community broadcasting is probably more important than it ever has been, because at a time when mainstream media outlets increasingly don't have regional presence and increasingly don't have connections to LGBTQI communities, to Indigenous communities, to faith-based communities, the role that community broadcasting has in elevating those voices, those stories and concern is more important than ever. But I also think there needs to be deepening of relationships between community broadcasters and mainstream medias. So that could be in a way of sharing of ideas and stories, co-collaborations, or potentially for those who are interested in community broadcasting to potentially have gateways into mainstream media if they should choose so. But I think overall, community broadcasting has never been more important than it is now.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's lovely.